Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Roast the Nation podcast. This is the greatest podcast in the whole of the world. And in this podcast, this show talks about everything. We roast everything, everyone. No topic is off the table. Nobody is safe. Nobody is... In fact, you can roast anybody you like. Roast your mother, roast your father, roast the president, roast anybody. Roast me. Go down there if you want to roast me right now. Go to the comment, roast me. Anything you want to do, say it over there. If you're a man like me, go there and see. You'll hear your pega and your samia right here. But today, we're going to learn, in fact, a master class on how to lose an election. And this is something that we must learn because it's unprecedented to do something so brilliant, to do something so good. And I'm sure the whole of the world, the whole of Africa should learn from it. Learn how to lose an election. And I have my guest here with me, Mr. Atodadze. Thank you for joining us, Ato.
Thank you very much, Nana, for having me.
All right, Ato, you're welcome to Roast the Nation once again.
Thank you.
Now, we're talking about the just ended elections and the performance of the NPP.
Yes.
You know, how much they have lost the elections brilliantly. I want to understand, what do you think are the strategies that, they employed so that if anybody's out there, if anybody's looking to be a failure, if anybody is looking to fail in life, to fail or lose an election or lose anything, you can, pick something from there and also learn?
It's actually amazing how a group of people can come together and plan something and meticulously execute it in so long a time. I mean, from beginning, from 2016, during the campaign, through till elections and after elections when Nana Akufo-Addo was sworn in, if you pay attention, you would realize that this was a master plan that they started executing from that time right till now. I mean, let's take Nana's inauguration.
Yes, yeah, and that's where I wanted to start from. I want to start from the very beginning.
There were actually signs before the elections, but
okay. So before the elections, honestly, my personal view was that I thought they were not ready. They were not ready to fail. They really were not ready to lose the elections because they started, giving promises. They started giving hope. They started giving, But the moment I think that what really broke me, what really hurt me was when the inauguration started, Nana's speech. How can your first day of office, you're being sworn in and you're giving hope to the people? You are saying that people should be what? Citizens and not spectators. Why would you be giving the people hope? That was a wrong move.
And then it depends on where you look at it from.
No, I mean...
Now, that quote, citizens and not spectators, was not his words.
No, I mean the entire speech in itself.
It was a plagiarized speech.
Okay.
That's why I said if you pay critical attention, you would understand that this plan did not start this year when they were campaigning. It started from 2016 when they planned that the NDC government had failed woefully and they were coming to show them that they can actually do more.
No, I'm trying to understand. The NDC government didn't actually fail. They actually succeeded. When you think about it, they succeeded in losing.
In failing. Yes. That's what I mean. Pardon me. But what the NPP has done is awe-inspiring. So when you look at it, I mean, from day one, his speech was plagiarized. So it was a stolen speech.
So then that means, if I'm understanding what you're saying right now, if it was a stolen speech, it means that before that, the speech wasn't written that day, clearly.
No.
It wasn't, it was prepared before.
Yes.
So that means there was a plan to actually steal. So that is symbolic.
That's why I'm saying
that is
from
symbolic.
2016, the plan was laid out. Because after voting on 7th December 2016,
yes,
they had all that time to prepare the speech. So if you pay critical attention to it, you would understand that the plan started from that time. They started executing from December 7, 2016. That's when this fail-proof plan to fail started executing.
Wow.
With a stolen speech.
Wow.
So if you want to fail, start with a foundation.
But what I do not understand, I mean, with what you're saying, I get it. Okay, so they decided to, lose right from the beginning.
Yeah.
So they were going to fail with their plagiarized speech, which symbolizes that they are going to steal, they are going to, steal from people. But when people talked about it as well, I can understand. When people complained, they gaslighted the people.
Yeah.
They could have apologized and said...
And come to, the speech was inspiring, so we copied from it.
That's true. That's true. No. Because if they had done that, then that means they want to
succeed.
Exactly.
But no.
Exactly.
We had a plan.
Exactly.
A very good plan.
Well thought out plan. But what still beats me is that their very first thing to do, they had a campaign promise of free SHS. And they actually went through with it. Who does that?
It depends.
Who does that? Because think about it. If you are planning to succeed, then you are going to put all these free SHS and all these things. Because when you do that, people will get free education. Children can go to school. The general populace will be educated, which in turn helps the country grow. And if you do that too, people will vote for you. You get it. So that was a wrong move.
It depends on how you look at it. Now, the whole idea of free SHS would make any government win votes.
Of course, which is terrible.
But this government had a plan to fail.
How?
And so we have made this promise. Let us implement it, set it up as a goal. Free SHS is here. But let's make your life so miserable to a point that free SHS will be insignificant to you. So we say take your children to school for free, but we starve you to the point where the child cannot even concentrate on what is being taught in the class because you are sitting in class hungry. And the school feeding program.
I think I'm understanding. I'm now getting the point. So I give you. I think this is brilliant. This is.
I said that the plan was meticulously followed.
I am.
Do you know that to date, people who provided food for school feeding program are still owed money?
No, at all. I'm actually blown away. I am blown away at how brilliant this is. Because think about it. Now it's like I'm giving you with my right hand, but I'm taking away with my left.
I have taken
so
like
the free SHS is like, okay, I've taken away the school fees you are paying, but the children will go, they won't get where to sleep.
No.
No infrastructure for them. No good food to eat.
You know they changed the curriculum like 2 or 3 times?
Yes, and
there wasn't materials to actually...
And some of them were not even going to school because you go to school for 2 weeks, you come home for 3 months.
For 3 months.
And you go for another 2. Wow. So then it messes up the entire
the whole
structure.
system is messed up. So yes, we have given free SHS. But
when you critically think about
everything.
But then how many people would actually critically think about it? Because it's a populist thing.
The votes have shown. The votes this year have shown.
Yeah, but when you think about it, in 2020 elections, the people punished them by voting them in power, by retaining them.
The plan was not to just fail for 4 years. The plan was to steal.
So what? It's more like
take.
It's more like
and everything. And 4 years was not enough for them
gratification.
Exactly.
So instead of losing the 2020, you pretend you put all those things, and then the people would seemingly punish you.
There had to be more time to execute more punishment on the people, so that when they are failing,
punishment on the people.
Yes.
How?
Until we say you betimo. So my dream is
you are going to succeed.
So that you fall for it, so that you're the boom at the end of 8 years now. And hit it, bam.
Wow. I think I get it. I marvel at how brilliant this plan is, because I just thought about something. You realize that even when COVID came, you realize how they managed it.
Yeah.
They managed it in a way that made you think that they were going to succeed. So then you think that they were going to succeed. But brilliantly, it was a twist to fail.
It was a twist.
Because they gave free water, free electricity, free so many things.
Free food.
And then they came to your homes giving you hope. And you thought,
you would think that's what I'm saying, that the plan was expertly written. A planner said because COVID will give you free water, will give you free food, then we'll introduce COVID tax.
Yes, because
baby.
what I was thinking was that, you know, I actually thought in 2020 they had succeeded in the 2020 elections. Because what they did, it was a success.
It was all part of the plan, Anna.
But I just realized that it is more like, you know, it's a long game. You know, it's a long game. So they gave a small bit of success so that they can
big, so that
they can fail big.
Yes.
Because if they had succeeded, I mean, if they had failed in 2020, I mean, that would have been a small failure. That wouldn't be. It wouldn't. Yes. But now look at this. Look how brilliant the failure has been.
COVID came, opportunity. So let's use it also to bait the people. COVID abadi ani planning. Yanka say you free water.
Yes.
Yanka say you electricity free. Yenye say you need ni na boom. So that the failure will be big in the end.
Wow.
And so the electricity and everything, COVID free was
and I am so happy. Well, I don't know if you're watching us, if you just joined in. This is a masterclass on how to fail, on how to lose an election, and we're taking the case in point, the NPP failure, which was strategically done, which was done brilliantly and executed brilliantly. And at the moment, we're talking about
COVID.
The COVID, how COVID came, how they seemingly managed it, and then gave you the impression that they were going to succeed. But this was a long game to lose.
It's a long haul. Now, COVID sika if we are by anything.
Oh, I mean, it was billions of dollars.
Yes. You bet me use this opportunity to do your scan to her. Near sign action for me panel. Your mom COVID tax. I bet she nipan. So by 2024, so then if we are failing at the elections, we'll fail massively.
So if I understand this, it looks like you just have to sometimes bait the people a little bit. Let them think you're going to win. But this is a long haul to fail.
You see,
so introduction of the COVID tax.
One of the things that make you succeed at failure is surprise. And so you bet there. Why do you say we are trying to succeed? They are hetero. Now she will say, it didn't go for you. Because I was. When you are getting angry at them in the end, you will. Then they will fail woefully.
Brilliant. They help you. They help your anger grow.
Yes.
Because in 2020. They realized that people were not angry enough.
No.
They couldn't get them to vote them out. So they had to do something and then put in plans to actually, get them angrier.
Angrier, yes.
Because when you think about it, they kept the COVID tax for what? Over 4 years.
It is still there.
Yes. Brilliantly executed. And then they also introduced one thing that also blew me away, especially in the second term, that I realized that this is a masterstroke. Is when they were introducing the e-levy tax. The people were saying, do not introduce it. We do not like this. We don't like the e-levy. But brilliantly, they knew how to get the people angry.
When you have a plan and you know this plan is a very good plan, you relax when you're executing it. Because you have accessed it, you have thought about it, you have probably tried it out somewhere, and it has worked for you. So when they tried COVID tax and people were getting a little angry and they realized that
this is something that can make people angry. This is a masterstroke that can get and I like the way they put some of their people. Somebody like Sticker, who came out and then Sticker
who was previously on TV crying,
which I thought was lame.
We should think about the poor. It's very painful.
You do that, you might get the people on your side.
That is all part of the plan. Why do you think he was the one who came
so he does that
so that
so they see that he's a hypocrite.
Yes.
Wow.
And you want now say, so these people, what exactly are they trying to do? Because this guy was here advocating for us
so it gets you angrier.
Until you want to say now, so the people are being manipulated
beautifully
to vote against them.
Good.
But we don't know that they are manipulating us.
I love it.
It is all part of the plan.
I love it.
Yes, so they can fail at the elections. They say how they The vice president has come to say it, that the NDC did not win the election.
No, yes,
the NPP lost it.
And
it is part of a very calculated plan.
And I'm saying that I love it because, you know, the effrontery and the impunity, the arrogance with which they did or they implemented the e-levy.
Yeah.
You know, after that, and the icing on the cake, to get the people angry, to get the people frustrated, to get the people, you know, vote against you, is to, you know, rub it in their faces by doing a party with an e-levy cake.
See,
Let's take a moment.
If you want to know how to do something,
let us appreciate them.
Just look at how the NPP executed this plan. Now, when they were campaigning in 2016,
Yes.
Now, this was a foreshadowing of the full plan, how it was going to happen, how everything was going to collapse. That is the plan to fail. That's why I said it started from 2016 when they were campaigning.
So that means they planned all of that.
Everything
so
is
nothing is coincidence.
No. That's why we have to learn from these people. If
and that is why this is a master class.
I tell you, it is not easy.
I am
to
very
plan and execute a plan like that for 8 years. You know, it could have ended in 2020.
Yes.
But they had to make sure that it was for 8 years.
No, because if it had ended in 2020, like I said, it wouldn't be monumental. That would be like a normal failure.
Yeah.
Normal failure. But if with 2024, it's monumental. That's why we are here discussing it.
Almost 2 million, unprecedented.
And you know, another thing that I also realized was that, you know, the promises that were given, you know, they brought in Baumia, and then they were saying that, you know, economic whisked, you know, so another way to fail, I realize, is that you raise the hopes of the people. You know, one thing that I find great is the CD to dollar. You know, when Baumia was coming, you know, he was touted the economic whiskey. I realized it is one thing you have to do. You raise the hopes. The higher you raise the hopes, the more you can dash it.
The higher you jump,
the harder the fall. Yes, the harder the fall.
Yeah.
So they gave us the impression that, you know, the previous government had succeeded in giving us the 2 to 4. So, you know, they made the people think that, oh, they were going to do something. But you know, they moved the city from 4 to 17.
Yeah.
Which is unprecedented.
300%.
No, let's not even talk about the percentage. Let's talk about the percentage. You see, what I want to talk about is the fact that, you know, after that, they can also gaslight you. It's about a gaslighting. And, you know, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of brilliance to be able to gaslight a country into thinking that they are not wise or they are not sensible. Because now they were able to convince the people into thinking that the 4 to 2 is less than the 4 to 17. But but you see, they know that the people are smart. So they'll see through it.
Yes.
And then it will get them angry.
And you mentioned Baumia, economic whiskey and all that. And then when it was time to choose a flag bearer, who did we choose?
We chose Bao.
Wow. See, the calculations
because when you think about it, everybody, if they really wanted to succeed, you know, if they wanted to succeed in winning the elections, they would have gone for Alan. But because the plan...
Kennedy, Japan.
Yes.
All these options were available.
But Kennedy, who was a traitor to the party and traitor to the plan, was trying to open people's eyes.
Yeah.
And open and say that the Baumia is not good. What do you mean? It looks like, I'm glad they took that guy out.
The plan was to fail.
Yes.
And fail woefully. Now, talking about Kennedy Japan, you said he's a traitor?
Yes.
Nana,
because he was trying to expose
I have told you
the plan.
All this was part of the plan. Now, if he's a traitor and he's exposing the plan so that we would end up succeeding, why did we bring him back to come and campaign for us?
So then that means, from what you are saying...
The same thing they did with Sticker. He cries today. The next time he comes to talk about e-levy, we will pass it, nothing can happen. We did the same thing with Kennedy. So that people will sit and think about the hypocrisy and what is happening with these people? Then it will anger the people more to vote against us so that we can fail.
And in that case, I mean, also even realizing that, people like that they realize that they can't really control, they take them out of the campaign per se. So you realize Kennedy was not even instrumental in the campaign so much.
No, not really. But as I said, all that is part of the plan. Because if Kennedy today is exposing, because we are doing primaries, is exposing things in the party, and I'll give you showdown, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Why would they not sit him down and talk about it in private? Why would all that come out in public?
I actually get it now.
What are you getting? Tell me.
Ato, Kofana Benro.
Sure. The plan is...
No, wait. Do you realize that the whole idea of the primaries and the exposés and all those things was also part of the plan to make them fail?
That's exactly
because
what I'm
now,
saying.
if the people get to understand that this is what is happening, the rot that is happening in the party, the people get angry.
Angrier. E-levy or COVID sika, PDS sika, National Cathedral sika.
We will come to
Money
the cathedral.
that we find in people's rooms and all those things are exposed.
Because even with the money, that bit, let me quickly chip this one in. With the Cecilia Dapa issue, the 1 million. I mean, if it is not a plan, a beautifully written plan, a beautifully, orchestrated plan to fail, why would you go to the police station to report that 1 million cedis, your $1 million is missing? You would have kept it to yourself.
Because there was more money in the house.
You would have kept it to yourself. But because you want to go out there to anger the people that you have been corrupt, so they must vote you out, you must lose the election, you will go to the police station and it will blow up.
In everybody's face. Now, Nana, all that aside, why do we bring Kennedy back to come and campaign? And then when he mounts the stage to talk, lights go off.
Because he's somebody you cannot actually predict.
Exactly. So we just use him to expose some of the rot.
So that's all
the people
needed.
That's all we needed him for. We don't want him to say anything else that might tamper with our plan.
Because then he was coming back to help
us
and
to succeed.
he might say, true. He might say things, and and he has the youth, so he might come and say, "Oh, what I said wasn't true," or "What I said I didn't."
And
you sideline him.
We have already used you for what we want.
I like this. I think I really like this.
Step by step execution.
And another thing, you were talking about the National Cathedral. That is one thing that I think was great, was pivotal in the loss.
Yeah.
Because you start something and then the whole country is saying that they don't like it.
Just like E-levy.
They say that, use the money for something else. They say that we are not ready for something of the sort. But because you have a plan to actually lose, you will ignore everybody. And then apart from ignoring everybody, you see, you also compound on the debts in the residence of high commissioners. You destroy everything. And then you dig a massive hole worth 58 million
and we
or
leave
more.
It there, just like that.
And leave the hole like that and leave people angry.
What is that going to do? Get people angrier, get people wanting to vote you out. The plan, as I said, the plan is fail-proof. And the plan was to fail, and we had to do everything to make it succeed. And
I like the fact because, you do this while you had not even built a single hospital.
Yeah.
Yes.
After promising 144.
Yes, Agenda 111. Which, if they had done,
would have made them succeed.
So now, you realize that when they went on the campaign trail, during the campaign, they had nothing to boast of.
Yes. On interviews, some of the MPs were asked, ministers were asked, mention five things you have done.
And they could, and that is so brilliant. That is, wow.
I mean.
And in the end bit, you also do one thing, I realized a lot of Ghanaians find angry. That angers them, that pisses them off, is when it gets to elections and then you pretend like you're doing projects.
Yeah.
That kills Ghanaians.
How many commissions did we do in the past?
Commissioner General, about, I'm sure Uchem will commission. And that was a way of what? Losing the elections.
It's a, as I said, I'll repeat it again. It's a very well calculated plan.
And let's come to the
Excellently
let's come to the
executed.
campaign period. You know, selecting the running mates.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people were saying that they should bring somebody who would bring value to the vice president and blah blah. Those are the people who thought they were doing something to make them win. They didn't know the plan. They didn't know that the Ejapa documents is also something that we'll talk about. I will come to that. But now with the running mates, they decided to go for somebody like Napo. And I thought that was a masterstroke because choosing Napo.
Now you realize even if you hadn't paid attention to the whole plan, from the time Napo was chosen and from his first speech, you could clearly see that this was a plan to fail.
Yes, because I realized when Otufo had spoken to them, and I thought that was a bad move. Going to Otufo and then getting that endorsement, and it made it seem like they were ready to succeed. But what counted everything, and that was the biggest masterstroke. Right after that, on the platform, Napo just goes and says, "Mokwame Nkrumah."
Straight ahead.
Fires everybody in the heart.
Now, Napo was like the catalyst for the whole plan. Last minute. Let's put him there to anger even those in the party themselves.
Those who were even wow.
So you could see Napo was the remote detonator for the dynamite. So that even if all the other plans fail, Napo would ignite it and boom. Because you would realize that every time Napo spoke, some votes were lost. Even from neutral people, even from party members who would vote for the party no matter what. Anytime Napo spoke.
I mean, I can really agree with you on that, because sometimes I was sitting back and I just thought, okay, maybe these people, because of the commissioning, and it might change people's minds, and people might they are maybe planning to win. But Napo was like the sure way. Came out, was dissing people, went out there campaigning for the opponent.
For the opponent.
And that was brilliantly done. You go there and you see, it is how they counter the thing. It's like they give you, it's like a curveball. You think it is going this way, and then it just turns this way.
It was that was for party members. They had frustrated the whole country.
They needed to finish the job. You had to put a bow in it, and Napo was the one who was putting that bow in it.
The final
nail in the coffin. And it was so brilliantly done. It was so brilliantly done.
It is impossible.
John Mahama nie lomo tenye. I think, ladies and
the plan
gentlemen,
is a beautiful plan.
If you're just watching, this is a sure way of how to lose an election. This is how if you want to fail as a leader, if you want to fail in life, this is how you go about it. You must, one, learn how to gaslight. You must learn how to lie. You must learn how to disappoint. You must learn...
Steal, plagiarize from the beginning.
Steal, plagiarize. You must bring family and friends. We didn't even talk about that. Family and friends. Get people like, what's his name? The Prime Minister. Who would come on radio, on TV, and the Galamsey issue. I mean, come on. I just realized with the Galamsey, for instance, it is something that was a masterstroke as well. They had MPs go there, and then they said that instead of wanting, the Galamsey to stop, they talked about the votes. And the people...
You should stop Galamsey so that who will vote for us.
Thank you.
It was very obvious.
I mean...
At that point in time, you could see clearly the plan.
That is the plan.
I mean, fix the country. People feel the country is in a mess.
The youth?
Protesting. The youth, exactly. Fix it, and you say, go and fix yourselves.
Exactly. And if they go on demonstrations, you arrest them. Wow.
Galamsey. Stop Galamsey now. Instead of going to stop the criminals who were doing the Galamsey.
You arrest the protesters.
Arrest the protesters.
And those ones who were arrested, you quickly release them. And you detain the protesters.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And then last minute, when people feel we are struggling in the country and we need a way out, you come and show us that you are not struggling. You those in the position, you are not struggling. those in government.
Yes.
We have money to buy
Yes.
rice and oil and everything and give you. And then we finish and we tell you, go and use the galamsey water to cook.
That's just amazing. That is just brilliant.
It was an excellent plan.
And with this, when you do this, ladies and gentlemen, you will fail woefully.
You are assured.
It's you see, you will not. There's no way success can even penetrate. You will fail without fail. And this is why we are here. We're here to teach you. We're here to learn from some of these things. You know, because in life, success is overrated. Success is overrated. Doing good, being good to the people, doing the right things is overrated. What you have to do is do all these things and fail. Because failure is not easy, especially in this case.
At all.
In fact, it was much easier to succeed than to fail.
Yeah. Now, after all this, when election is here, then we'll do musical concerts.
Like what happened at what's it called? Ablekuma.
Yeah.
You know, you had the likes of Esla go on stage without doing anything in the constituency. You go on stage and then you dance. I mean, after all, Ghanaians love to dance.
Now we have Afro-Lydia.
That's
what we're calling
with
it.
a new dance.
New dance.
Beautiful. And you know, I love her so much. She's somebody like I really look up to when it comes to failure. Because, you know, last 4 years, she won with just about 1,000.
Yeah.
And this year, she lost by almost 20,000. She went to the queue. She was giving money, and then she was caught on camera. Yes, dashing food, and she was caught on camera, and she gaslighted beautifully, saying, "Oh, Bernard, Bernard, I was only taking water. And I left the place at 6 a.m. I was not even there. Meanwhile, the camera has caught you. Gosh,
I wasn't here. I don't know if you saw me here. I've been here since I came here before 6 a.m. and I left here a few minutes ago. I don't even know what you're talking about. I am yet to find out from them what happened. Thank you.
Right. See, as I said from the beginning, it takes a lot for a group of people to have such an understanding
and you know, I was talking
come
about
together.
I was talking about even the Japa document. You know, you must also release a document like that.
Yeah.
Something that chronicles how you are going to steal and loot. So when people see it
for an extended,
yes, it's like you are telling them, I am going to fail.
Yeah.
You challenge them to it.
yeah, it was brilliant.
I love this. So, like I said, if you want to fail, this is how you fail. So people, don't let anybody gaslight you thinking that winning is important or being a success is important. Failure is more difficult. And you know, they say you go through the harder road leads to what? Yes, failure. It leads to, and this time, when you take these points we have given, this is a master class on failure, how to lose an election, how to lose the people, how to lose the trust. In fact, even if it's your partner, you can use these strategies.
Yeah.
It will work. It works everywhere. Steal, lie, gaslight, you know. Oh, God. See, right now, I am looking forward to, you know, the next president, that is the next government, to also do something similar. They did something similar in 2016 where, you know, the doom saw, the corruption, the Victoria Hammer 1 million, and those things. Listen, this is a personal plea. I am begging you, do better. And by better, I mean do better than the failure you did in 2016. I don't expect you to come and be arresting corrupt officials or come and stop corruption. I don't expect you to be trying to bring down the dollar, trying to salvage the economy. I don't expect you to do that. Come and stop Galamsey. I don't expect you to do that. If you do that, we will be very, very disappointed. Please, what we want you to do is to continue the legacy of this government. Continue Galamsey, steal, loot, share, you know, continue with the corruption, gaslight the people. They love it. Gaslight them. And I guarantee you, in 2028, you will lose monumentally.